Hey investors, a common question I get is when you should charge a tenant during move out for damages that they've done. It's a very common thing. We're about to do a walkthrough or a final walkthrough of a move out inspection, and I'm going to tell you what I look for and what I charge a tenant for. This is like fraying, damaged carpet, probably, I don't know, dog, cat, something snagged it. So minor holes, I don't worry about. I wouldn't charge a tenant for. Major holes, I do say, hey, and these are, you can see how big these are. They seem to put like these locks on everything. They probably had kids. You can have a scrape on a door, like a couple like small things like this. It would take no time at all. This, I would not consider normal wear and tear. That's damage that's happening from furniture. So let's go. One of the main rules in what you can and cannot charge a tenant for, and something that you should think about, is what is normal wear and tear. And so normal wear and tear are just things that happen during life. So if you have dirty carpets like we do over here, and normal wear and tear, this is something we cannot charge a tenant for. We just have to clean the carpets up and keep it moving. What we can charge the tenants for is when they damage the carpet. This is like fraying, damaged carpet, probably, I don't know, dog, cat, something snagged it and damaged the carpet. But that is not normal wear and tear. We shouldn't, after 2 years, have a damaged carpet. So that's something you can charge for. Other things that are uncommon in this property, the tenants frosted this glass, and I totally get it. Maybe they didn't have curtains down here. Maybe they wanted the light to come in, but not allow people to see in. But not only did they do a poor job of frosting the glass, but future tenants probably don't want frosted glass. I know I wouldn't want frosted glass. I just put a blinds up, and if I wanted it to be like this, I'd put translucent white blinds up. So we are going to have to charge the tenant for that. We're going to have to replace the glass on these unless we can just scrape it off with a razor blade. Same thing with shelves. Although, you know, hey, I know people love shelves, but when we install them, we didn't install them. So the tenant installed these. And I don't know if the new tenant's going to want them. They're kind of in an odd space. So we're going to end up having to charge to take these off, patch, repaint. And so minor holes, I don't worry about. I wouldn't charge a tenant for. Major holes, I do say, hey, and these are, you can see how big these are. These are major holes. They tried to do a patchwork, but we're going to have to come and sand and have the professionals do it. Same thing with, like, this is not normal wear and tear. So if we take this tape off and it rips the paint off, that's not normal wear and tear. So we charge for the painting and the patching, and if that were to rip paint off, same thing. Same thing up here. So they must have mounted a TV up here. Not normal wear and tear. That's something we're going to have to patch and paint. So smaller things like this, I wouldn't charge for if we just have to come and just briefly do it. But when we have to do a bunch of major items, then that's when you start charging for things. So let's take a look around. Kitchen looks okay. They seem to put like these locks on everything. They probably had kids, which is fine when they're there, but they should remove them and use goof off to take this off. So that's something we're going to have to do because the new tenant doesn't want to see this. We didn't have keys for this. So just annoying. Definitely you can charge for a final clean if they did a really poor job of cleaning, which this tenant did an okay job of cleaning, but they left a whole thing of grease, which is never a good thing. There's grease around here on the back. Again, they frosted this bottom pane. Just annoying. Just really annoying. Other things that I look for is, like, you can have a scrape on a door, like a couple like small things like this. That would take no time at all. We're basically just going to have to repaint this door because of all the scrapes. This I would not consider normal wear and tear. That's damage that's happening from furniture as they're moving in. So just think of damage is not normal wear and tear, and we think of like dirt and debris, sometimes normal wear and tear, not a big deal, i.e. not normal wear and tear. We're going to have to replace this whole door. This was not here, so we have to charge the tenant for a door, replace it, pay for the door, etc. And same thing down here. Looks like they did the same, probably trying to keep their kids away from that. But the new tenants might not have kids. And if the new tenants don't have kids, they're not going to want these ugly things hanging off their stuff, and we don't even have keys for them. So that's what I'm looking for in there. And you can start to see, or maybe you can't see, but I mean, we're definitely going to have to do a final clean in here. Pretty much all the walls, pretty disgusting. You can start to see where they did tape, must have taped all the curtains. So we got to take all that stuff off. They did some sort of weird thing at the top here. Tape, and it looks like part of their curtains that ripped off, or sheets or something. And so we got to take all that off. If that rips off paint, that's stuff that the guys are going to have to take care of, because that's not normal wear and tear. This is excess damage that has happened and stuff that they left for us to do. Smaller holes like this, not a big deal. I mean, we could come and fill those in really quickly. But when we have excess, the big ones, we have to do sanding and patching and painting. That's when we start saying, ooh. Same thing in here. I know this looks like mold, but it's like brown, almost like grease. And I actually think it is grease. So I don't know what product they were using or what they're using, but I don't normally see this. Again, we have a bunch of bracket holes here. These are not that big a deal. If this is the only thing, probably wouldn't charge the tenant. But all this grease that we're going to have to clean off from some sort of hair product, maybe they were spraying up in the air, that we're going to have to charge for basically a final clean of the whole house, because they did an okay job. But you probably can also hear that my shoes are, they're like sticky. So then coming into the bedrooms, over here, down here, this is not normal wear and tear. That's just straight damage. That's something we have to cut out and patch. But something like that, like a small dark space, that would be normal wear and tear. And so sometimes you have to just make a determination. But you can see on here, they had tape. They took most of it off. They left some here. And we're going to take it off. But they just were taping stuff up. And now you can tell it's like a huge thing, and that wouldn't be there, but that's something we're going to have to fix, because a new tenant's going to say, what the heck? This is not what it's supposed to be like. And that wouldn't be there if they didn't put the tape on there. So we well charge for final clean. We well charge for, a decent amount of patching. And here around the windows, you can see again, they took the tape off. It ripped all of this paint off. And so that's something we're going to have to fix. Looks like they went all the way up to the ceiling here. You can see more paint there, more paint here. Nothing like grossly egregious, but all these small things start to add up. And it looks like they put some sort of tape on the ceiling. You probably can't see that, but there's a line right here that I can visibly see. And it looks like it went all the way down. You can probably see it right there. Yep. And then maybe even it ripped this off right here. So a decent amount of just patch and paint work we'll probably have to do, and there's a decent amount of just marks all over the wall. So they didn't clean the walls at all. That's what they could have done, is clean them. They did not clean. So we will, again, have to do a full house final clean, wash the walls, clean the carpets, but also fix this damaged part on the steps. But you're looking for damage or things that just weren't there when you rented the place out. I'm going to show you this in the back if I can get here. They added stuff. If they're adding things that aren't, like this was added. They added all these little things on the side that might be fine. They didn't really add them very well. They've got weird wire all over the place. So this is something we're going to have to address. Maybe we'll see if they work. They don't even work, so we just have to take it off, patch the holes, and keep it moving, get it ready for the next tenant. But overall, not the worst house we've seen, but stuff that we have to pay for and that is going to come out of the tenant security deposit. So if you're wondering what comes out of the tenant security deposit, if I will repeat it one last time, it's damage and not normal wear and tear. So stuff that wouldn't just be there. Sometimes, you know, a little bit of wear on the carpet, for instance, would be fine. But this is a 2-year-old carpet, so if it's ripped and damaged, that's not fine. And tenants should be cleaning the walls. They should at least make an attempt to clean the walls. If you have to do an entire clean of all the walls, then that is not normal wear and tear. That's something that they could actually clean before they left. And so that's what I charge tenants for, and you can do the same. I'll see you guys on another one.